Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in again. I know you guys haven't been seeing much of me, so quick little update and backstory. Reality, I stopped recording on my laptop. That's what I was always recording YouTube videos on, and I stopped that because it's getting way too frustrating, so I gave that up. That sort of created a block in my producing content, but I really couldn't do that anymore. It was just too frustrating, so I had to stop that, take a break, and get the right materials. I'm fine with, producing on whatever I have, but it was just super not practical. I couldn't do it anymore. So now I have the right tools to be able to record. I have a camera, so I really hope that this is going to be able for me to launch my YouTube in the way that I want it to be. I have so many ideas, always just, I've gotten them all written down to record and to keep up with my YouTube, and I really know this is going to enable me to finally do that. So you're going to be seeing more of me, and I know you guys always ask that, and I'm always trying my best. So that's kind of a little backstory to that. So since sharing my Starseed Story YouTube video, that was like 3 years ago now, that's my most watched YouTube video, my most honest sharing, my just gonna come out and say it, and that got really great acceptance from you guys, and I'm super grateful for that. That's my most watched YouTube video. It's over 3,000 views, 90 likes. And so today I'm coming back as a sort of sequel, because what started this is that I got my Starseed Confirmation charts, astrology charts by Starseed Hotline, and I already knew about this reading back then, but I always thought it was too much money. I was misinformed, which really it's affordable, so I finally got it now, and so now I'm gonna give you guys a sequel to that, to connect the dots based on this confirmation, Starseed Confirmation reading, and also just based off my own personal confirmations since then, and that was in 2016. My charts are really strong, so this is going to be a lot more information than my last video. I knew things and I intuitively spoke my mind and whatnot. But now I have the charts to kind of back that up, and I got my story too, my own personal confirmations, so here we go. So for the Starseed Confirmation astrology charts, this was discovered by Ariel and other Starseeds on Starseed Hotline. They discovered, oh hey, all these people have these markings in their astrology charts above like 25, 26 or whatever, something like that. That's when they discovered these Starseed markings on people's astrology charts. Finally I got mine, so I'll be explaining those markings. But first she began my charts with saying I have a bunch of 3 grand trines, which forms a triangle in my charts. And I have like 3 of them, so it forms an entire Merkaba symbol. And she said this means that I've gained a lot of good karma, I've learned a lot of lessons, and I've gained a lot of good karma diplomas, so that allows me as a spirit here to recognize my lessons and to not fall into those. So it kind of just allows me to recognize what I need to grow from immediately and overcome it. And I've always since thought about myself. And in that last video I said I knew I was here to heal my karma, the collective karma. And that's sort of what that stems from. I came here with all this karmic diploma to further lead me down my path of awakening and teaching others and growing. So I already kind of explained that, but that's what that is from those grand trines in my chart. So how my chart began, she says, I have the Jesus and Mary Magdalene archetypes on my chart. I have those markings, and this connects me to embody the divine feminine. It brings sacred union and harmonizing and balancing, part of my mission too. So this is really interesting to realize. I sort of already naturally felt that about myself, but now I know it's a big part of my mission. This is one of my markings, and for the new earth it's a big deal, because really we need to activate the divine feminine, the goddess, in order to bring healing to Gaia, to a new earth. So I'm going to be discovering that more as that marking becomes activated later again. I'll explain that more in a little bit in my progress chart, because this is my natal chart that I'm explaining right now. So this divine feminine aspect of myself with that marking of Jesus and Mary really ties me to the Pleiades and ties me to the Myria, and I specifically am tied on my charts to the heart of the crystalline grid network in Arkansas on my chart, and that one is with my Mercury in Cancer at galactic degree. Most of these are my galactic markings that I'm explaining right now. So having that connection to the crystalline grid, the heart of the crystalline grid, gives me the keys to access the information in crystals. So I hold the record-keeping keys, and I've already been naturally fulfilling that part of my mission, but to have been told this is even more confirmation to what I'm doing with my crystals, with my channelings. It's all connecting. And this also connects with my light language abilities, because then I activate and access those codes, those records in the crystals. And of course I love Lemurian crystals. I'm already been guided on my journey to what I need to fulfill in my mission. But it's really nice to have this reading to just confirm it, and now we get to just explain it to you guys. Being connected to the heart of the crystalline grid and having this access to the crystals information makes me have the markings to be part of the crystal soul group, which is what Ariel told me, is that I'm part of this crystal soul group. So it's really within me to be, that's going to be a big part of my mission. It's unfolding, it's all unfolding. And she also said I am allowed to go on the retreats. They go to Arkansas, they go to the heart of the crystalline grid, and they take all the crystal soul groups there. So now I can know that I can be a part of that and go with them, which is really exciting. And I hope to do that soon. This also relates to me being connected to the gateways and being a gatekeeper, because being connected to the heart of the crystalline grid, I naturally like to work the grids, work on gateway days, activate the grid network. I mean, this just connects me to the other part of me, a mission of being connected to the portals, the stargates, the gateways, the grids. Also, I might have mentioned it in that last video, my Starseed Story video, but I was born in Hawaii, and that is a huge heart chakra portal of Earth, so that really opened my heart. That connects me already to Lemuria, Pleiades, and Divine Feminine, and the crystals. It's just like all connecting. So this one isn't really in a galactic degree, but it is. My Jupiter is in Pisces at 22 degrees, and this allows me to become that spiritual leader, to express. This gives me rite of passage to write, to create books, to communicate, and to spiritually lead. And I already naturally do this, as you know and are witnessing right now. But it's really nice to know I have the rite of passage to write. I have this in my being. And I know I want to be writing books in the future, so this really gives me all that more confidence in my own writing, even though I already know that. One of my markings is ship communication, and this ties me automatically here now to my star family through internal guidance. And I've always known this. I talk about it in my videos. Spirit guides, spirit signs, they've always been guiding me. And now I have confirmation. That's how it works. I have that ship communication. I'm able to internally be guided by my star family. I agreed to this. We agreed to, if I need them, I could call them 3 times and they will respond. And I've stated this as this is my clairaudient ability, which it sort of is, but it's my internal ship communication. So this allows them to communicate with me, to send me messages that I need, to keep me guided. They speak through all the signs that I talked about in my video. So it's expressed through telepathy, synchronicities, through people speaking to me, me speaking to people, pictures, animal medicine. The list kind of goes on for me to be guided internally. So now I'm going to get into my progress chart, which is where I am now. That was my natal chart, what I was born with, and this is my progress chart, where I'm going, where I'm headed, where I am now. And she began by saying, my progress chart, I have a 0 degree, which having 0 degree connects you to the 0 point field. It's the crack between worlds. This allows for access to other dimensions, being able to channel, really to receive that information through this access point. That was really powerful to hear because I've been channeling, I've been experiencing all of this activations, but you have to trust yourself. You have to trust what you're going through. Your experience is real, and it's just interesting for her to say, yes, you have galactic degree 0 on your chart. You have that access point. So that's basically the marking of somebody who channels, and I've recently been getting that activation. It's not even the biggest part of my progress chart. One of the biggest parts is my galactic degree in my 10th house in Sagittarius, which is also reverse reflected in my galactic degree in Gemini. It's like a double evolution of my galactic degrees. This has progressed my ship communication that I mentioned earlier to my evolved progressed activation, which connects me to the galactic center. Galactic center is throughout a lot of cultures. I'm just going to reference the Mayans, of course, because they call it Hunabku, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, the galactic butterfly, the galactic center. Galactic center is basically, we can think of it as a giant radio station for transmitting information universally. So all the ET races use this to communicate through the galactic center, through the central suns. And yeah, I'm still comprehending the complexity of this, because it's just so powerful that I'm connected to this. So that allows me that intergalactic communication center. So I'm able to receive, and then that reflected in my Gemini makes me want to send the message, spread the message. Whatever I receive, I like to share. So that's where my channeling comes in here to play. So with that Gemini, I'm that Starseed messenger, and I receive that information. So this marking is really powerful in what I'm doing right now, right here with you guys. That marking of my ship communication allows me to receive that Starseed messengers from my Starseed family to get the message, to stay on my path. So I receive all those Starseed messengers, but also I progress into being a Starseed messenger to other Starseeds, so it's like a connection. I'm able to also be a messenger to others with my progress chart and my Gemini being that messenger. So it's interesting to be a part of both sides of it, so I'm helping activate the collective by being that messenger. So this activation occurred during when I made that video in 2016, that's when it began. But I didn't notice the messages coming in until 2017, and now I'm actively aware of it and engaging with it, and it's just interesting to see that all unfold. Like, that's what was happening with me. I was getting that activation, and Ariel told me that this communication is so a part of me that it really just sounds like my own voice. And that was nice to hear, because my channeling is so natural. It's almost like, is this even real? Like, it does sound like my own head, but I know, I discern like this is not my own information. So it's really nice to hear that. Yes, it sounds like your own voice, but you are channeling. Does it almost seem too natural, you know? You have all these expectations how things are gonna activate for you, but this is how it is for me. So I started to trust this ability, put this information out there, and now I have this confirmation to say, hey, I am connected to the Galactic Center. I am channeling, I am connected. I hear it as my own voice. So being connected to the Galactic Center connects me with a whole number of extraterrestrial races, because this is a radio station for communication, intergalactic communication. And that is why, as I began channeling, I had trouble putting a name to the beings I was channeling. I had trouble. At first I said, oh, this is Pleiadians from Alcyone. And then I'm like later, oh, no, I think it's also Syrian. I felt different energies with the Sirius star system, which I was born on that gateway with the Lion Gateway. And yeah, I also got information saying, hey, you're getting, you know, you're connected through all the central suns, they all connect. Sounds like, hey, that's also probably why I feel different energies. But now it's like, it's all of that. It's the being connected to the Galactic Center. I'm also tied to the central suns. Now I understand why. And now I'm just gonna, from this point on, I updated all my articles to have a little side note saying, hey, now I'm saying it's Central Sun Collective, it's not just Pleiadians. So now you can kind of understand why and how it's like that, because I'm connected to this Galactic Center, I'm connected to these Central Suns. And so yes, being connected to the Galactic Center, she said, allows me to connect with all types of star family, all types of extraterrestrial races as my star family, not just Pleiadians. So I've been slowly discovering what I feel connected to, and overall, of course, the Pleiades. I said in my original video, Orion, I still feel connected to that, and to Sirius, which is what I was born through that gateway. So, well, really, all the Starseed races, they all connect, but these are the three that I really strongly feel family connections to. So those are my three main star families: Orion, Pleiades, and Sirius. This Galactic Center, yes, used by a lot of ET races, but mainly a lot of these ET races are part of the Galactic Federation, which many have heard of if they're reading channel with information. And these are basically all the good ET races that have, you know, joined in a collective to help Ascension, and that's a really general name and description for them. So that's also what I'm connecting to as I channel. So yes, it can be a number of the Galactic Federation, but for me, I really feel I connect with the central suns, with the stargates, with the crystals. So I refer to the beings I channel as Central Sun Collective. My progress chart, so I got this reading maybe like 6 months ago now. She said in a year's time from then that I'll have a reactivation of my Jesus and Mary archetypes in my chart, and that's also reflected. It'll be another reflection. So this is going to reactivate my Jesus and Mary, my Divine Feminine mission, and this is going to occur from now in July this year, 2019. So that's really going to be interesting to see how that unfolds in my mission. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I already have ideas, of course. Naturally, I'm always guided and staying on my mission, but it's really interesting to see, be aware, and to look out for how it's going to unfold. So please stay tuned for that. You're going to be a part of that too. So this was truly just remarkable to have this confirmation reading of what I've already naturally known as my truth, speak as my truth. It's really just remarkable to see it all come full circle now and to talk about it with you guys. So that being said, thank you for watching my journey, being a part of it. Stay tuned for more videos from me. Please stay tuned on my website too, and my Etsy, all my things. Stay tuned with. I'm just super grateful you guys are riding this journey along with me. Alright, I'm signing off for now, but like I said, I'm going to be back with a lot more content with my new camera. So thank you guys.